Hey, it is a beautiful Sunday morning, and my shout out today is to Sonia B on it. I just did what she did. She has a video where she shows you how to use a head wrap, and I used this before. This is a I really like it when she has it in front. I love that, so I wanted to do it too. I was just running to the store and errands. Yes, errands are like all the time. But yeah, this is nice. I'm freed up from my girl. She'll be back on Monday, I guess. But yes, thank you, Sonia B on it. She has a whole video where she shows you how to use scarves and whatnot for head wraps. This is a wrap that I used to use when I was thinner in Florida, and I use it as a cover-up, and I don't use it anymore, and it's just there, and I like the pattern. It's cute. So let's be on with it. Let's go. Let's grab it up. I don't know if the sun is shining bright, but I love it. Yeah, it took me a minute to get out the house today. A lot of stuff going on. I just found out about paper.li. I think that's what it is. And I'm going to start a Twitter paper. I got the idea from Black Twitter because they mentioned me. Because they have this thing where they mention subscribers. So they mentioned me. And so I looked because I didn't know what it was. I knew what Black Twitter, I know what Black Twitter is. But I didn't know that they had a whole paper. And I really like their paper. It's just an aggregation of all of the things that we all like. So, I mean, because if the Twitter group you're following, you usually like what they're doing. You're not some hater following them. I don't have time. I can't do that. It's in my spirit. It feels wrong. I don't like stuff that I don't like, and if I don't like it, I stay away from it. Whatever it is, I just leave it be. So, I'm gonna start one myself for the HR 1620, the American Health Care Act. The American Health Care Act is in the Senate. And it is said that it will not pass. But some senators also said that they will try to rewrite it. I said, yeah, if you could rewrite it and turn it back into Obamacare with lower premiums, fine. If you can rewrite it and turn it into universal health care, that's great too. Because that actually will solve the problem. And you have to look at a person's end game if you really want to know what they're about. The Bible said you know them by their fruits. The fruit of their hand, the things that they do, the way that they speak, they talk, they stilo, however you pronounce it. You know them by their fruit. What's their end game? Sure ain't making sure people have health care. You know that's not their end game, because what they push through the house is just health care in name only. Just so you can walk around with a health care card and say, I got insurance. That's not cool. That card has to get you somewhere. Okay? It's not as good as what we have now. So I don't even know why they pushed it through, except to say, look what I can do. What I can do, mommy. It's just an accomplishment for them, a star on their report card. That's all it is. It is not good. Doctors do not endorse it. And isn't healthcare about doctors and patients? They don't endorse any of that. So I already called my U.S. Senator. He is not. Oh, did I? Wait a minute. I called my U.S. representative. I'm sorry. I called my congressman. senator. Now that's going to be a difficult phone call. If I remember correctly who my senator is. You know, Indiana is a Republican state. Pence was our governor. And HIP 2.0 works. So I don't know why he's so gung-ho tearing down Obamacare, except that he don't like President Obama or something. I don't know. I'd have to guess at his reasonings. I'd have to guess. I don't know why. I thought all politicians pretty much saw eye to eye. They may be on different sides of the aisle, but in high school, maybe you didn't like people and did stuff, but these are grown men. Grown men in all sense of the word. So I'm like, why is he rushing to tear down Obamacare? Because they never said replace. They always just said repeal. Then somebody whispered off camera, hey, you just can't tear down the load-bearing wall. You got to replace it with something. So it's like, yeah, just put something, scribble whatever on some paper and stick it up there. They ain't going to notice. They ain't going to care. And if they do, we don't care. And forget it. It'll be good. It'll be all right. Roll Charlie around. It'll be all right. You know, that type of mess. Oh, my God. What is my problem that I don't know how to get out the house before traffic? It's Sunday. Why is there traffic on Sunday? Man, bye. Wait a minute, what was that? Oh, I know where I'm going. Yeah, and I don't have to go the highway way, but I'm going to go the highway way. Anyway, I don't know why Pence is so gung-ho on tearing up Obamacare, because HIP 2.0 works. It is not perfection, but it works. And it works pretty dang good. People with chronic illnesses like diabetes can be seen by physicians on a consistent basis. That's right. To make sure that you understand to keep your blood sugar low and not high. For all who want to, you know. Can't make grown people do anything that they don't want to do. So I don't know why he's running to destroy something that works in a state he used to govern. So he ought to be ashamed of himself. I mean, nobody speaks up for the Affordable Health Care Act. They do not. They say it's health care in name only. You'll have a card, you'll get to say, I have health care, or I have insurance rather, but you won't have health care unless you can afford what they're asking you to pay. Now see, with HIP 2.0, a lot of people don't like the health savings account, but HIP 2.0 on the website will tell you it's not a real health savings account. All right, because they're like interest that they have to pay you on that money you save up and other caveats. Okay, it's not a real health savings account for HIP 2.0, but you contribute something. It's like a sliding fee scale. You put something in the kitty too. And if you go and get your health taken care of, your money rolls over. So, but it's better than nothing. It's better than saying I have health care and I really don't have health care. So I don't know. I don't know what they're doing, but they got a lot of Medicaid wrapped up in expanded Medicaid. So if they get rid of it, they effectively have gotten rid of a chunk of Medicaid. They're not putting any money back. They've been wanting to chomp at Medicaid for a long time, and now they're doing it. It's for people who are in between. Like sometimes artisans, maybe there's no commercial market, corporate market for your wear, but you still can create and have and make life beautiful for those who want it to be beautiful. They'll buy your product or whatever. Freelance journalists. You know, the journalism industry has been hit hard for years. Just shedding reporters. Good, the better you are, the more they want to let you go. They only highlight the bad. They never highlight the good, hard-working local reporter. Because all politics is local. All news is local. It's local to something. and somebody. It starts from somewhere, in other words. And I didn't think people didn't know how the news was put together, but that's what you learn when you go to J school or major in journalism. Where to go to get the news for people. If you want to know what your city spent on such and such and such, that municipality has a public board of works. A public board of works. You go to the meeting. It's a public meeting. It's supposed to be. And you go ahead and you listen to what they're doing, and you get to ask questions. That's all the reporter's going to do. And it will tell you where your tax dollar is going locally. Okay, apparently a lot of this stuff people don't know, or they don't make time to get to know. I'm going to tell you this much, though. If it's important enough to you, you will make time to get to know it. Okay, and if you don't read your local paper, you need to read your local paper. Because they will quietly post everything you need to know in there. And you won't have it. Because you don't, oh, it was an accident. I don't know if you can see it. Following too close, probably. I hope they all right. Well, this is what we're experiencing. It's called a gaper's delay. Because we gaping over there at the fender bender. So, anyway, better read your local newspaper. Ours is the Post Tribune. It's wonderful. I love that newspaper. And I'm not saying that because I used to work there. The Post Tribune is on it. They make sure they get to you the news that you need to know. And they follow it. They don't just write one article. They follow it. So, yeah. So you better read your local newspaper. And if you have a cable access for your city, you better watch it. But if I were you, and you have the ability to do so, go down to the city hall and sit there and watch it yourself while you still have the ability to do so. You better use these things. I know we used to not using all of our benefits and stuff. There's a lot of stuff. We have a lot of benefits. You can do this, you can do that, you can do that. But you look, and it's like, well, I don't even watch those channels. I just watch this channel and that channel. Or I don't even use this part of whatever app. I just use this part. Hey, this is a right. You better go down there to your city council meeting. Get yourself used to being involved and getting involved. At least knowing what's going on. And seeing how they live and what they do and how they speak. How they act around one another. You need to get on down there and find out. Urbanites. You need to get on down there and find out. And look at that. And then you might want to rethink how you spend your time on this planet. That's right. We all got 24. What you do with your 24 is up to you. We might want to reconfigure our usage of our 24 hours. We might. Start getting involved locally. Start looking at the news. Start looking at what they're saying about the American Health Care Act. Start looking at what they're saying about Obamacare. I watch Morning Joe in the morning. And you can look at it on the MSNBC website too. Because they usually neatly package everything I need to know about those two items and what's going on. You know, and I could go to Twitter and type a search in and find anything else I want. Also with Google News. If I want to know it, I can type a search in and have it. It takes maybe 5 minutes to read through this stuff so you can be abreast. Start using your right to do that before it's gone. So I'm going, well, I'm going to bring you back when I get to where I'm going because I haven't made a decision yet. All right. I changed my mind. I'm just going to go to the Aldi's by my house because I got to go to the county market. We had nachos yesterday, meatless. My kids don't care about meat, and I shouldn't either. So they ate everything up, and I gotta go replenish. It's just 2 cans of refried beans, a package of corn tortilla, a block of Aldi's brand Velveeta. It's not Velveeta, it's Aldi's brand processed cheese. We didn't even open up the jalapeno, the can of jalapeno. And everything I just mentioned to you was $1 or less, except for the cheese. It's $4, $3.99. Or $2.99. It's one of the two. I think it's $2.99. So well, what I was saying is that this senator was on CNN this morning. I cannot recall immediately to mind the senator's name, but he said that expanded Medicaid, which helps the HIP 2.0 program, will be phased out by 2020 under Trump Care, or the American Health Care Act. They put a lot of the Medicaid money over into expanded Medicaid, and now they're taking the whole thing away. Because it's not just that they don't want people to have health care, and it's not even the money. You think, oh, it's too much. No, it's not too much money. You'd be surprised with how much money the U.S. government has and can do more with than you can imagine. It's not the money. It's the people who utilize it, because they expect you to work someplace where you have a benefits package. They don't care what that place is. What they do not want you to do is to be your own boss. Because when you are your own boss, you can say what you care to say, because you're the one taking whatever consequence, if any. And there'll be many threats and innuendo and stuff like that. That's why the Obamacare has to go. For one thing, the American Care Act, or Obamacare, has Obama's name on it. He said, I would like Obamacare because I do care. He has had a loved one, his mother, pass away due to insurance complications, I believe. And people don't want you to remember things that have recently passed in the news. I'm like, I remember it just happened. I remember when people were jumping ship on Trump's campaign because they just couldn't take him. They left, and then as soon as that group of people left, he got some more people. He put his son-in-law in charge, and he won. His son-in-law has a degree from an Ivy League school. So, if I remember correctly, that's how that went down. But the person who cares about you having health care is Hillary Clinton. She's the one who cared enough to get health care for all U.S. children. Okay? She tried to make it started out universal health care for everybody, so you wouldn't have a debate over who gets to see the doctor to manage their hypertension or their diabetes or whatever your chronic illness is. Why is that up for debate? Why does anybody want to stop another person from getting the care that they need? Are they monsters? Some of them, yeah, they are. They can't be human. They can't be. They are not God's children. I'm telling you now, they are not God's children. They don't want us to have basic freedoms. The freedoms that they say they fight for, that's not what it is. Basic freedoms, because they just want their kind to have freedoms. The lawless ones. They are the only ones that should have money or freedoms according to them. No Christians should have freedom. No Christians should have money. I'm like, God ain't never said nothing about Christians not having money. He told Peter to go down by the river, did he not, and get the coin out the mouth of the fish. Render unto Caesar that which is Caesar's, and unto God that which is God. They ain't God. They ain't godly. They're the lawless ones. There's no real reason to stop people from having health care except that you want to be able to control what they say, think, and do. Because you don't like it. You don't like when they are making a living for themselves, creating things, or fulfilling a need in their community. You don't like that because it don't have nothing to do with you and your pocket. That's what it is. Too much happiness abound. When you're happy, you have a high vibration. Look it up, Google it before you laugh and giggle and snicker about it. God is a higher vibration. Good feelings, good tidings are a higher vibration, and you feel better overall. Low vibrations mean that you are sad, angry, those type of emotions. Okay, and that's what feed demons. Honey, you better study it. You better open up your book. You better do some research, and you better find out, because I always wanted to know, why are people so evil when they don't have to be? And I found out why people are so evil when they don't have to be. They made compromise after compromise after compromise that led them away from Yeshua the Christ instead of to Yeshua the Christ. They made these decisions wholeheartedly knowing. And they just said, forget it. I want what I want now. I'm not waiting. And unless Yeshua the Christ call you back into the fold and bless you after you turn from your sins, I don't know what to tell you. Because the Bible is actually quite clear. And all of us have that decision in the 24 hours that we are given every day. It's just that when you consistently make decisions that lead you towards Yeshua the Christ. Some people say Yeshua. I say Yeshua. But when they lead you towards God, you know them by their fruit. The lilies of the field, the birds of the air. The lilies of the field, the birds of the air. They don't care. God still got them. And they have not had to compromise their soul and go against humankind. Okay? These people are actively going against humankind and said nobody ever died from a pre-existing illness. And I'm like, you just up there saying whatever you want to say because you are out of control. And that these people are out of control. And we are letting them be out of control. The people who are in control of making sure we stay in control and not clobber each other are getting tired. Because they're the only ones standing up. The people who are affected the most should be standing up. I am standing up. I'm sitting down now, but I am standing up. Not literally. You have to open up your mouth, especially if it's affecting you. It shouldn't just be if it affects you, but it's going to affect you. Because if they could get away with tearing down Obamacare, nobody will ever pay for another employee health insurance. Everybody will have COBRA, and COBRA is not an insurance. Okay, and it don't even last. Anybody that worked and seen that COBRA letter, we thought that, you know, once we got that Obamacare, that we ain't never have to worry about that anymore. You could do and be whatever you want to do and be. Like, there are some people, they work for themselves, like a beautician or a barber or whatever. They work for themselves. So they need health care, and it shouldn't take all their money to do it. That's what it is. It's like people who live. And they live life more abundantly. That's who they're attacking. What they want to do, the end game, I believe, is this. He wants to make sure only the people who voted for the Trump team have health care. That's why you got the states opt-in, opt-out thing. They want to make sure the only people that get health care and get on some type of waiver list are the people that voted for Trump. And not even all of them are gonna get it. If you could read between the lines, honey, you're gonna have to study a lot of American history, a lot of American politics. This is nothing new. There's nothing new under the sun. This has been done and done again. They did not want a woman president. They definitely didn't want one that was talking about universal health care. And then here go Trump talking about, I like universal health care. Okay. Are you trying to make sure we have universal health care? Or allow people who know how to set that up to go ahead and set that up? No. Just words out of his mouth. I don't get it. I don't understand. This man got a lot of money, and he did not get a lot of money being stupid. He didn't get to be president being stupid. People tell you that, but that's not it. It takes a lot of hard work to get a lot of resource and power. It's not just something that just is given to you. So let's go in the store and get some more nacho stuff, and I'll get out my soapbox. You don't want to look at me. Huh? God, I used to buy the sugar when I made that tea. Wow. They're catching on. This is made with 2% milk. You get 11 ounces. Whole milk. And you get 12. Same price. That's it. Is that it? Oh, I know what I was going to go get. Okay, I'm going to another store to get tomatoes and avocado. It's cheaper. Now I made my own salsa. I better get some more garlic. And they seem to be happy with the salsa that I made. Fresh garlic never hurt anybody. I don't know why it's fat free. What are they putting in it to make it fat free? They're not putting anything in it to make it fat free. So I'll get it. This is what they picked it out, huh? This is $1. There. That's all you need. You cut these into triangles and you fry them or bake them. Melt this in your crock pot or on the stove. This goes with this. For salsa, this goes in here. And they have cilantro and green onions on sale at the other store. And avocados. And that's it. Or I could just get this. I didn't really see the difference. I'm gonna talk to y'all in the car. Oh, I thought maybe you guys would want to know where I'm going. There's a lot of old people. And they don't be watching where they going. They don't. They don't be watching where they going at all. Just walking right into your car. And you know you're responsible. Yes, Lord, you know you're responsible. You don't even be watching. You know why? Because they have untreated illnesses, a lot of them, where they don't even bother Because they grew up in where you don't have to have health insurance. If you didn't work, you didn't have it. So people talk down on you, made you feel bad about yourself. And people still do that. But see, Obamacare is the great equalizer. You can have dental and vision and health insurance according to your income. That's the nation that God blesses. God do not bless evil. Don't get it twisted. Your day will come, whether we're around to witness it or not. I personally don't like seeing other people suffer, so I'm not standing up for that. But your day will come. You will meet your maker, and the reckoning will take place. Now I'm going to a store called County Market because they have the best fresh produce and meat too. Like I said, my kids don't care about meat, and I know I shouldn't care about meat, but I am kind of hungry, and they say never go to the store hungry. Yeah. I'm like, what if you had some chicken nachos? I'm doing the Homer Simpson salivate thing. Because that sounds completely delicious and like what I want to eat. Like I said, the kids ate up. The only thing left is a pot of tortilla chips. I'll show you when we get home. I got up and I'm like, I remember telling my daughter, you know where food is. It's right there. Go get your own. And she did. So when I finally got up and went in the kitchen, I don't know if my son had been back in there or what, but a lot of stuff was gone. I guess she said, you told me to go get it myself, and she went and got it herself, and she's just as happy as a lark, boo. So I didn't say anything, and she didn't waste it. She ate it up. Neither one of them really care about meat. They like the softness of the refried beans with the cheese and the onions. I use white onion, yellow onion, garlic, cilantro, and I put kombucha in my salsa because I didn't have any limes. This place has limes for 10 cents a piece, so nobody could tell the difference. They couldn't tell the difference. So people gonna learn about bothering folks that ain't bothering them. I do not bother anybody. If you don't like what I'm saying, please stop. Don't subscribe and don't look. But most of the people, I believe, are like me. You have a pre-existing illness. For some reason or another, your way to a regular job, so to speak, has been blocked. I would love to just go back to the newsroom and stay. I was not looking for my life to turn this way. I completely was enamored with my position as news reporter, street reporter. I walk up to anybody and talk to them. All right? And with an interpreter, I can get a conversation going with people who speak a different language than me. I've had that situation. It's International Village in Florida. You know, it's everybody from across the globe loves that state because it's beautiful and sunshiny. What a beautiful ocean. Yes, I love Florida. South Florida. Please don't get me wrong. South Florida. I love South Florida. Never been to the Keys. Want to go to the Keys. I love it. It take a couple of months for a cold weather person to get acclimated, and it's gonna be kind of uncomfortable when your blood thins out. But I'm telling you right now, you won't be looking for no meat. You will not be looking for meat. You will not be eating meat or trying to eat meat. And I tell you, a lot of people, I believe, are like me. You've gotten older. Once the world and the prince of this air have used you up in your youth and spit you out, worried you into disease, blacklisted you from organizations, people, places, things, blackball you from your from what you do. And I'm like, you ain't nothing but a child of lawlessness. You are not a child of God. A lot of these people are not God's children. However, all things work together for the good of God. God could turn any situation to his benefit. You just got to be in his will. And I found that God know me better than I know me. He know what I want better than I know what I want. He do things for me that are great and wonderful. He does. It's like, nobody want to see that. People need to get their own show, is what I think. And stop trying to get in my don't get in my show. Don't get over. Go get your own show. Shoot. God is good all the time. And I think what he wants us to do is pray. Because in the Bible, he would send plagues. He would send prophets. Evil like Balaam. Good. He would send his people to warn another group. Stop worshiping other gods besides me, including the God that you make of yourself and any wooden or metal trinket God that you make. Do not pour out drink offerings to the Queen of Heaven. Do not burn incense to Baal. Very clearly stated over and over and over ad nauseum in the Bible. And when you actually read, well, I listened, I used the audio Bible. And I was just like, oh my God, he is repeating himself over and over and over again. And I was like, he really means don't do it. So, and then when, I forget the name of the prophet, he said, well, why are you doing these things? God, I want to know. And it's like, well, we don't have bread to eat. We don't have this. We don't have that. That's because you're worshiping. You are pouring out drink offerings to the Queen of Heaven. You are worshiping a God other than the one true living God. That was it. They were worshiping a God other than the one true God. So I think that we should turn ourselves back to God. I'm trying to turn this camera back around. I don't know how to do it. I don't know how to do it. So I'll see y'all after we get out of the store, because they play copyrighted music and I don't want to go through all that. Okay, I went on and got that pork because it was cheaper. It was 98 cents a pound, and the chicken was $2.68. $2.68. It was $1.68 at Aldi. Oh, I'm glad we didn't hit each other. It was $2.68 at Aldi. I'm sorry, $1.68 at Aldi. $2.68 here. So I didn't want to have to go all the way back to Aldi. So the big, I don't know, I was gonna get the big pack at Aldi's. It was $8. So I spent the other $4. The pork was $4, and I spent the other $4 on, I should put some gas in my car while I'm here, on grapeseed oil. Because you can cook at high temperatures with grapeseed oil. Grapeseed oil is high in vitamin E, I hear. Put some gas in my car. Grapeseed oil is high in vitamin E. And that's good for you. Also, I want you guys to, since this is vlogging my diabetic life on the La La McLeod channel, in the playlist, it has a playlist entitled To Your Health. And I have put some videos in that playlist that should be of interest to you, you know, about the signs that your body lacks potassium and whatnot. Because it answered a few of my questions about mystery pains and whatnot. If you lack potassium in your body, because Dr. Oz says you're supposed to have 4,700 milligrams a day. I looked at my vitamins and it said that it provided 1% of that daily value, and I'm like, that's not cool. So I'm supposed to get the rest from vegetables like broccoli, tomatoes, kidney beans. I did buy some kidney beans they want to sell, and I can't remember the rest, but it's on the video labeled To Your Health. If you go to Lala McLeod, my channel, if you're looking at this on my channel, just go up, look up. No, that's wrong. That's for me. Anyway, click the About tab. No, I'm sorry, click the Playlist tab. If you go to the home page of my page on YouTube, it allows you to look at playlists. So the To Your Health playlist is the one with the signs that you lack potassium in your body. Talking about muscle aches, talking about pins and needles. Your heart is a muscle. So, and I also have a video in there talking about foods that you need to eat. Now, these are not videos that I made. They're videos that I run across, and I thought they were of interest to my viewership. So I put them in the To Your Health playlist so that you can do things to help yourself. And we better get used to doing that, because I am not confident that HR 1628, I think it's the American Healthcare Act, House Resolution 1628. Well, actually, it's probably HB now, House Bill. It passed the House, so it's HB. I don't know what the number is going to be, but it's the American Care Act. I don't think it'll make it out of the Senate, but we all thought that Donald Trump wouldn't be president. He is. We figured the Republicans couldn't get a bill passed. They did. So let us stop doing that. Let us stop thinking, oh, that's not going to happen. It can happen. And let's just try to be healthy. Because I would not be able to eat another piece of meat. The meat industry will go kaplunk when people have to stop doing certain things. My blood sugar behaves well on a plant-based diet. Period. I would turn into a vegetarian, because that's what my body acts best with. Exercise and vegetarianism. So bye-bye meat industry. We'll be grilling lettuce. Put some romaine lettuce on the grill. That is a recipe. And some eggplant. There's a lot of delicious vegetables that I like to grill. That'll be it. Because my body cannot take starchy, heavy foods. Bye-bye grains. There'll be whole grains. So I'll see y'all when we get home, and we can make some more nachos. It's going to take a minute for this huge piece of pork to cook. And I'm not going to roast it whole and shred it. What I'm going to do is chop it up into cubes and take it off the bone. Which, yes, it sounds like a lot of work. It is. And you have to be careful because you could actually cut yourself on the sharp bone. And then I'm gonna wrap the bone up and save it. Oh, matter of fact, I'm gonna go ahead and start some broth with that bone. I got some chicken bones in the refrigerator, and I'm gonna boil it for an hour. This is what I was told. To make good bone broth, boil it for an hour, throw that water away, and it'll get most of the foamy schmutz out of there. And then go ahead and start simmering it up to the lowest is 5 hours. So I'm gonna keep it on low simmer on the back of my stove, because this coming week, no, it's the week after Monday. Monday's the 8th. So that next week is colonoscopy time. So I can have broth. So I'm gonna prepare broth now. I can have popsicles. I bought popsicles, but my son ate them up. But then when I went back and read the document, it said, don't eat sugar-free things. Drink full sugar things. Full sugar pop. You can have pop. You can have clear liquids. Nothing red. And that's it. And Jello. And broth. Popsicles. More broth. No solid food. So however you get to that, and water. However you get to that, fine. Clear fruit juice, like white grape juice. I don't know if the fresh juice count. Ginger is light in color. It's not red. I can't have anything red. So that's week after next. So I'm gonna get my broth together now. So I'll see you when we get home and start making nachos. Oh, I'm already going. So I was trying to find the zoom on this camera. Yeah, I'll find it later. So this is the pork that I got from the store. I took all the meat that I could off. Okay, it's that, and also this. Right, and what I'm going to do is, as it finishes off, I'm going to put it in the oven so it can be cooked thoroughly, and then I'm going to season it. In the meanwhile, I want to get what I can off this bone, and I'm going to start boiling it in the pot. And I have the cheese going in the crock pot. Alright, remember I said about the kidney beans have a lot of potassium? I want to mix those in with the refried beans. There you go. I just whisked them up in the food processor. And I'm going to swirl them into the refried beans. I left the juice or the whatever liquid was in here because I usually add water to my refried beans. So I told my son in less than an hour these things will be simmering, and by the time he gets in here I'll be done and he can clean up. Alright, see you soon. Alright, now what I'm going to do is plant these spent green onions in here. I don't like to let anything go to waste. Go. And I'm hoping that they will grow. If not, well, sorry. And hello, it is I. And this is the little, it's not carnita because I didn't do the milk and all that. I just chopped it off that bone, put it in that that copper chef Dutch oven thing, and I fried it. That's cheese, sorry. I fried that doesn't look good. I'll just point with this in. So there's some crispiness. 2 jalapenos and the meat that I just tore up by hand. As you stir in it, it started to fall apart. Those 2 packets of taco seasoning, the low sodium. There's some crispy on the outside. Most of it shredded. And that's it. Yeah, I know what that is. As appetizing as you can like it. This is cheese and salad. And I put 5 homemade tortilla chips. I really need to. It's still a corn tortilla, so it's still a starch. So I actually need to not eat as much as that. But I can have as much tomato and bean. Well, I can't have a whole lot of beans either. Okay, beans. I know me personally, the beans that I love, they send my sugar right up through the roof. So for some reason, the avocado is too hard. And this is it. I made my own salsa. So it's nice and healthy and green, but it took a minute or 2 to pull together, but I did it. And the children are happy with this being their Sunday meal. I will see you guys soon, but I must watch my Housewives Part 4, the reunion, and good day to you. Well, once again, my eyes were bigger than. You know how the saying goes, eyes bigger than your gut. Yeah, I can't eat anymore. Yep. So I'll save it. And I'll come pooching around for it in about 4 hours, more than likely. If you want to know what I had salad, a little bit of the faux carnita, which is just pork cubed up, and some refried beans. Yeah, really about a 1/2 cup, because I like beans. They just don't like me. And a jalapeno, and a drizzle, maybe about 3 or 4 tablespoons of Catalina dressing drizzled over it. And if you really want to set it off, you put you some sour cream, or if you're fancy, creme fraiche. Or if you are calorie conscious, you will use some plain yogurt, like I will do if I choose to put some on there. I have plain yogurt to sub out for sour cream. So that's it. And I will bid you farewell, because the 4th installment of the Atlanta Housewives reunion is quite spicy. And I don't want to miss a bit. So I'll check in later. Hi, this is Lala and DIY Life Hack Mama. Please subscribe to DIY Life Hack Mama and Lala McLeod and Lala. Subscribe to all 3 of my channels. And don't forget to thumbs up the videos. Thanks, and comment below. Bye.